Hello, my friends. Welcome back. We got my buddy Greg McHale here, and we are at IMTS. We are so excited to be here. I mean, this booth is booming. We actually had to kick everybody off because we are legit getting live right now. Greg, what are we excited about here?
I mean, first of all, how can you not be excited about IMTS in general? We call it the Super Bowl for a reason, and nobody comes to the Super Bowl to be weak. You come to the Super Bowl to put on your best show, and that's what we're here to do.
Well, you were kind enough to take me to a Dolphins game who almost made it to the Super Bowl, so maybe
that was a weak show.
But in the meantime, every time I see you, Greg, the booth grows and grows and grows. What are we showcasing here today? Because I know the partners continue to grow as well, and that's a highlight of today.
It really is, Tony, and I'm glad you brought it up. So first of all, doubled the size of the booth from last year, and what we learned from that is it doesn't matter how big the booth is. If you build it, they come. We increase the number of kiosks, every kiosk gets full. We add more screens, every screen has people in front of it. So we might even have to go bigger again next year. We'll figure that out, but this one has been fantastic.
Well, we're getting ready to invite a lot of people on camera. For everyone watching right now, partner after new success, after Datanomics creativity to help your shops run better. Greg, just give us a quick highlight of what we're about to see and the friends we're going to meet.
Yeah, so many good things, and we'll try to make it a simple list. But number one, some great new core offerings from Datanomics. I mean, we've been the innovation leader in the monitoring space since we started doing this. It started with no operator input when everybody said, you can't do monitoring with no operator input. Walk around, what's everybody saying? Oh, I have no operator input. Oh, I also have no operator input, right? So we hit that one out of the park, and that is what we needed to do to get monitoring to be as simple and usable as it should be for manufacturing folks. The next turn of the crank there is simplicity in adopting the solution, getting your team to know, what do I look at? How do I respond to it? How do I get just simple insights very quickly and very effectively? And for that, we've got these great tracks our product is organized into, and we sell coaching with every single Datanomics subscription. So every customer gets this fantastic coaching experience. How do I use data live? How do I run production meetings? How do I do job postmortems? How do I dig into costs? So we'll have Annie from our customer success team do a great bit on coaching. And then partners, my God, we have the greatest partners in the industry. So here in the booth today, we have Vallen, who's going to talk about this joint initiative we've done together called Tooling Analytics for Cost Per Unit. So a lot of folks, particularly in the OEM space, getting your tooling costs per unit is almost impossible. So you marry operational data from Datanomics, you marry some great tooling data from Vallen, you take advantage of the great resources that a company like Vallen has to offer and gives folks some great insight there. We also have these two guys, I see them everywhere I go. Dave and Mike from EBITDA Growth Systems are here as well. We've got Shop Rescue, it's there on the sleeve. I mean, literally, I think every corner I turn, it's like, hey, there's Dave and Mike. So we've done some good talks together here at IMTS. Dave and I were on yesterday, and we have many customers in common, and the biggest thing that they need is help figuring out how to be more profitable. Well, guess what? Dave and Mike are the profitability experts. Datanomics has got some fantastic data that you can use to help become more profitable. So they might have a little something to show there that we're going to dig into. And then we round it off with, one of the giants of the industry, Caron Engineering.
Legendary.
I call Rob the founding father of Industry 4.0. He was doing it before anybody even knew what it was called.
Clever man.
Right? And he's been doing it for decades. So Caron Engineering, great joint product offering between Datanomics and Caron Engineering called TMac AI. So taking TMac data and using it to predict scrap parts, defects in parts, using machining data in real time, total game changer. And man, I probably missed some stuff, but we'll make sure we get through it.
I'm not sure you did, man. That was really in-depth and incredible. Without any further ado, let's welcome Eddie, Mike, and Dave on camera to share more about EBITDA Growth Systems and how they can help you become more profitable.
We talk about partnerships every single day here in the manufacturing industry, and even Greg himself said earlier, some of the best partners in the entire industry. And here with me is no exception to that specific rule. We have Mike and Dave, the co-principals and co-founders of EBITDA Growth Systems. First and foremost, gentlemen, how are we doing on this fine day at IMTS?
It's a wonderful day.
Man, it's good, man. We love this. We love this show. Fantastic. Over 100,000 people walking this show, seeing all kinds of equipment, software, and offerings. Man, this is awesome.
There we go. Fantastic. Now, for individuals who may be living under a rock or haven't checked their social media in the last year and haven't bumped into you and seen all the wonderful noise we're making, why don't we dive into who is EBITDA Growth Systems and what are you doing for the manufacturing industry?
EBITDA Growth Systems is a series of professionals that work in manufacturing only. And what we do is we provide business coaching and fractional accounting, fractional CFO, fractional bookkeeping, and we do a lot of education and training for people as well.
Makes a ton of sense, providing lots of value to people across the industry. But I also know back into that partnerships conversation, something you all take very seriously, and that's why you're very, very strategic about who it is you're spending the time with and who you're collaborating with. So can we dive a little bit more to this partnership with Datanomics and what impact you're having directly on the industry?
Well, I'll tell you that we have a Shop Rescues, a series that our second Shop Rescue series. And just as they say it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a community of like-minded firms to help small to medium-sized manufacturers move in the direction they need to be in. And our relationship with Datanomics is huge. We are able to get metrics out of their software to help us increase the profitability of the companies that we target. And for our Shop Rescue company, turning them around, metrics are key. Gross margin is where we start.
Absolutely. With our mission being to impact lives through improving business performance, and Datanomics to have somebody like Greg driving a bus with a fantastic crew of people that want to make big impacts on people, this is a very easy partnership to have.
There you go. Very much so. And then lastly, what excites you the most about the work that you're doing together in the industry?
Oh man, Greg and I got on stage yesterday and we were talking about gross margin and how employees contribute to gross margin and how that creates profit. And what we find a lot of shops not digging into spindle utilization. There's a big gap there. And so the more spindle utilization you get into, the more utilization gaps you can analyze, you really bubble up more and more profit. So like Mike said, we have this software that talks to our financial model, and it's a revenue efficiency model. It's really awesome.
Please add.
Yeah, with Datanomics, there's some big rocks that you can move to increase.
Sorry guys, have you tried shop floor coffee?
Shop floor coffee?
Yeah,
Shop floor coffee.
Yeah.
Man, that's fantastic.
I love it.
We've got all types of craziness here at the Datanomics. We've got coffee flying around. We're talking all types of partnerships, but we're not done yet. Let's head over to our friends Arthur and Vallen.
All right, so I am here with Nathan, I'm here with Kevin. We're at Datanomics and we're talking about the power of partnerships. We're talking about cutting tool analytics. What led you to partner with the team at Datanomics?
That's a great question. So what we looked at was really bringing the best of the best together. And so how do we take the leader in supply chain solutions and couple that with a leader in product or production monitoring, and how do we bring that together and then revolutionize that with a new product that we could come out with around tool cost?
Yeah, well that makes a lot of sense. So I know working for the distributorship where you are, that would make a good value add for your platform. So what about the more detail side of it? Like what's this unit gonna look like, this partnership? How's that gonna look?
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're building out a module that will work with the Datanomics platform, and it'll actually feed data from that platform along with some other analytics that we're putting into it that will actually give the end user that cost per unit produced.
Well, that is beautiful. I mean, they've got a great system at Datanomics. I've loved getting to learn a little bit more. The fact that they can add the cutting tool analysis to this is just going to upgrade it to that next level, that superpower kind of software. So I would like to hear a little bit from Kevin as well, your partner in crime right next to you.
Absolutely, Kevin.
Thank you. So with the tooling CPU analytics, what we're trying to achieve is using the Datanomics platform to really help our customers understand more about their tool cost as it relates to the manufacturing process. From that information, we can work to drive those costs down and achieve what all customers want, right, is by driving that cost down. We can identify both where tools may not be performing to the expected levels based on their current productivity or process, and we can also identify opportunities where new technology in the marketplace or new tools are available and can drive that baseline down for our customers.
So you're going to be able to take the power of their data collection, utilize it now to get your cost per unit for your tooling. So you're going to really help the shop owners out there that might be a little bit confused between the difference between cost and price. You're going to make it clear as day. If they're employing Datanomics, they're going to see it on paper right away.
Absolutely. Our whole goal is to really help the customer understand what that overall cost is with the tooling associated with the Datanomics platform, so we can understand the whole machining process.
So you're going to get all the data, you're going to show them real world numbers that they can use to reduce their costs, you're going to improve their margins and their profitability. I think that's a win for all the machine shops.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. I think that's great. And I want to bring my friend Tony and Greg back on here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Greg, I'm so excited to be back with you. We're having so much fun today learning about these partnerships. We're going to talk about product tracks now, right?
Product track, we're on to product track. Actually, hold on. Oh, I think someone is at the door here.
Get out of here. You got more partners to talk about?
We have a lot more partners, but yeah, let me go take a quick peek over here, see what's going on.
Is it going to be a surprise?
I'm seeing a shape emerge, and it looks like a hexagon.
Now, I've never been an expert in geometry, but one thing I do know is a hexagon. And speaking of hexagon, I'm hanging out here with Jason from Hexagon. How you doing today, man?
Good and you, Eddie?
There you go. Hey, it is well, and we are here at the Datanomics booth, so we're going to jump right in. Obviously, large global company, very familiar, but just in case there are individuals out here who may not be as familiar, let's go into the what is Hexagon.
Okay. I'll talk about the who is Hexagon as well, I suppose.
Oh, who, I guess that's where to start. There we go.
So Hexagon's a global organization, but more presence in the US. Most of the customers probably know about our machines, our metrology equipment, so they'll know about Brown and Sharp, which is an old metrology brand that obviously we acquired, and we've just built on new capabilities on top of that. So the last 20 years we've been on a mission to build like this smarter manufacturing technology landscape or portfolio that we can offer to our customers.
Very good, very good. And let's kind of jump in here because we're here at Datanomics. There's clearly a strong partnership between these two entities. Let's dive into what's going on there and what you're doing together.
Yeah, with Datanomics, I think we saw a natural fit between what we offer to our customers, particularly on the shop floor when it comes to preparing for production. So this is our CAD/CAM portfolio, preparing the code for the machine tools. Datanomics obviously looks at the machine tool, gathers the information from the machine tool, and then benchmarks, the productivity of that part going through the machine. So there's a real natural fit between the CAD/CAM portfolio and Datanomics to get visibility on what's happening on the floor, and then that even extends towards what we do in the quality lab as well, so driving quality through the production process to ensure that when we're inspecting those parts, they're coming out right first time.
Interesting. So clearly we have the information, we have the context there, but I'm curious, I want to go a little bit deeper, and I love to start with why.
Yep.
So let's kind of jump into the why this is happening in the first place, and what was the inspiration behind this powerful collaboration?
Yeah, I think for us it's about building more of an ecosystem that really helps manufacturers get to value quicker. Ultimately, there are a number of vendors, we know multiple vendors providing different point solutions to our customers to help them be more efficient in their manufacturing operations. But really, a lot of the time it's left down to the customer to work on how do these different products and solutions work together. And that's what we're trying to address with the partnership with Datanomics and others, is really building an ecosystem of solutions that are interoperable and work nicely together and easily and seamlessly together in terms of helping a customer take data from one to the next and ultimately driving more productivity in what they do.
Driving productivity by creating seamless data. Sounds like a dream, but you have made it a reality with Datanomics. But we're not done talking about our partners. We're going to wrap things up with Tony and Greg.
All right, Greg, well, that was a pretty awesome, unexpected segue, but are we actually going to talk about product tracks this time?
Hold on. Yeah, We'll do it.
For this time.
Real quick, let's go.
Well, do it quickly before another partner arrives.
Absolutely, please.
So product tracks, what are we talking about? It seems simple from the outside looking in, but what are you actually doing?
Yeah, so I mean, here's what really matters is you and I have talked in the past so many times about, there's folks out there that are mad at monitoring, right? I think that's how you said it one time. And there's been some bad experiences with monitoring products out there, and part of that was just how hard some of these systems were to use, and I think we've really broken through that barrier, across the industry, right? Every monitoring product is better today than it was at the last IMTS, and that's a great thing, right? We love innovation on behalf of manufacturers, and really, one of the things that has also caused this technology not to get used as much as it could or should be is just the difficulty of adoption. A lot of folks out there have never looked at data off their machines. What is this? What does it mean? How do I get my people on the floor to take advantage of that data, use it all day, every day, make it part and parcel to my manufacturing activities? And really the right way to go about that is to make it a simple progression of, hey, you're brand new, so you got to start, here. You got to start at the very basics. So we've organized the products into tracks that folks can use to, go from it's my first time ever looking at data, and what are the 3 things I should pay attention to that are going to guarantee the ROI of using Datanomics. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we call that one the fast track for good reason, right? That's the first one. And then as you work your way up, well, you start doing all the things that you're supposed to do in fast track. Next comes the efficiency track. Why? Because you're going to see improvements to your utilization, your uptime, your OEE, very positive trends in all these numbers. So now you can start to look at trends over time and get a feel for that. And then we have things like the Gemba track to help you run morning meetings. Everyone should do a Gemba walk. Do a Gemba walk and review your data and make sure your team's in a position to succeed each and every day. And it goes deeper from there. Business track, let's dig into profitability per part. Can use our great integrations with folks like Partners, ProShop, paperless parts to see how you're really running your jobs and how that compares to your expectations. Does that mean you're making money or you're not making money when you do that? So tracks are just very simply a way that we've structured our product so that folks can graduate from the most basic level to getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And I mean, our partners have been talking about crazy things with tooling and TMac AI, right? Where we're going crazy with sensor data and all these things. But we have it structured so simple, you literally cannot lose if you follow our prescription, which comes with the fantastic coaching that we provide as part of every Datanomics customer, led up by our great team by Annie.
I can't wait to see Annie and talk with her, but coaching? Who needs any coaching, right?
I know.
I think that's how people feel a lot of times, and there's 2 major camps that I want to talk to you about real quick, Greg, before we bring Annie on stage to talk with us today. And that is people who have been burnt and people who know nothing about it but know that they need it, right? And that's where this comes into play perfectly.
It's so well stated. There's a massive chasm there. If you're burnt, you actually need a little bit of therapy and recovery and have to realize that it wasn't your fault you got burnt. But things have come a long way, and there really is a much better way to do it. If you're brand new, it's like it's overwhelming. It's like everyone says they do the same thing. How do I actually know? Where do I get started? And that's why this coaching approach is so important, because the other thing that's been hard with monitoring as a category is what we said before, the mad at monitoring. What that really means is companies have been losing customers who try to adopt the technology. That's an awful thing. We don't want that happening in the industry. So we know that this data gets a return and improves profitability and revenue if it's used properly. So what's the most important part of that? Make sure it's being used properly, but it's got to be so damn simple that anyone can do it. That's what coaching is.
Absolutely perfect. And I make the joke that I don't need it, but I promise you, I do need it, and I need more of Annie in my life. So let's get with Annie and learn more about this coaching. Annie, I told Greg I don't need no stinking coaching, but then I went right back on my word and said, actually, coach me up, baby. So Annie, what do we got? Coach all day. Tell me what we're learning about.
Definitely. So we don't just call it coaching here at Datanomics. It's actually our kick-ass coaching program.
What? Get out of here.
I
like it.
So what we look at is Anyone can provide a great software, and of course we do, but what sets us apart is that we actually want to partner and be a member of our team, and we start that by giving you a customer success team that actually has real manufacturing experience. They're shop floor leaders, production supervisors, people that know how to program and know what our customers are thinking. And then we go into how do we prove it? We prove it with our pilot program. And our pilot program is really based around our customers' goals, business goals. And we put all of our customers through a pilot of 45 days where they get the real experience of our team being there, and we create a project plan based on their goals.
I love how you open this up,
Yeah.
by the way, and I definitely need coaching. I see make more data-powered production.
Yeah.
I see make more revenue, more profit,
Yeah.
more for less. I flip this card over. That's exactly what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
And I made a conversation with Greg as well, where people have either been burnt or they're not into it at all, but know that they need it and they're nervous and need the coaching. Is that why this all came about?
Exactly, yeah. So I think a part of it is people don't know what to make of data, and you don't want data just be something else they have to look at. You actually want it to help them do their job. And that's really why we came up with our Quick Wins program to start people off, right? Is how do we get data that's going to support our morning production meetings, make it powered by that? How are we going to get people that help them make more money, make more profit? And we do that with this program here, where we start people with what we consider getting visibility on the floor and getting even the operators involved, right? Helping with that culture change. We have a shop floor communication plan template that we actually roll out with our customers to help people understand, hey, what's in it for me? How am I going to help? So when we go through our Quick Wins program here, we're focusing on one, visibility on the floor. How do I know what's stopped? Like, how do I know where my time is most valuable? If I'm an operator running 2 or 3 or more machines, you can get lost in the day of knowing where to focus your time, and that's where this is going to tell you right on your TV screen, right? And then maybe you need a notification to a supervisor, hey, this has been stopped for more than 30 or 45 minutes. Who needs help? Who needs my resources? And then lastly, what we call time on tap is what we consider low-hanging fruit. How do we get more uptime, which means more revenue on the machines? It's looking at 3 key metrics. Are the machines starting right at the beginning of shift? Are you losing some time for people getting their coffee or whatever else they're doing in the morning? So really prioritizing getting machines running right away. Are you losing time around lunch or your breaks? And then are machines running till the end of the shift, right? And those things together, you can see an improvement of 20, 25% uptime utilization just by getting that information out on the floor.
Annie, I am feeling comfortable. I am feeling confident. I am feeling coached. And I'm ready to bring Greg back on camera to learn more about how Datanomics is going to help me and you folks out there. Well, Greg, I'm feeling good. I got coached. I think there's so much more technology to learn about, though. Can you keep me going?
I can, and I think the best way to do that, let's do a gear change for you. Let's bring on the industry legend, Rob Caron.
He's here?
Let's talk about some TMac AI.
Rob Caron is here?
He's here, man. We got him.
TMac AI. Let's step into TMac and welcome on Rob, an author, to learn a little bit more.
So I'm here with Rob. We're here to talk about TMac in partnership with Datanomics. What does TMac bring to the table when you're partnering with Datanomics?
So TMac is a system that we put on machine tools. It is a system that uses high resolution sensors, measuring the tools as they're cutting, and automatically determines whether they're worn or broken. We also do adaptive control where we control the flow of the tool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that collects a tremendous amount of high resolution data that we are now providing to Datanomics for their TMac AI software.
So we're going to be able to gather the data, we're going to be able to lower our cost of productions, improve our margins, give better feedback to our customers when, we want to have those hard conversations.
Right.
We're going to have a way more data to back us up. That's fantastic.
Exactly. We've been doing this for a long time. The TMac side, the data is very high resolution, but what Datanomics is providing is a better way to analyze across many machines, many months of parts, and just a broader spectrum view at what's going on in the manufacturing process.
Yeah, so rather than just having a dashboard where you can look at the data at that moment, now you can get the benefit of the history and the analysis to really level up your performance and your production capacity.
Exactly, and what we want the customers not to have to look at the data and figure anything out. What they're trying to do with TMac AI is automatically say, we see a problem through AI in the data, and you need to go look at this part. It's probably a bad part.
That is such a handy feature. I've seen some vibrational analysis throughout my career in manufacturing, but it's been a whole lot of shadow graphs and a whole lot of line by chart and a whole lot of number crunching. So the fact that you can partner together and put it on a dashboard that makes it visually significant and alert people as it's going on.
Absolutely.
That's truly next level.
It is. It's very next level, and it's. I think it's the future for manufacturing.
I do not disagree with you, sir. Thank you so much, and we're going to bring Tony and Greg back on to kick it off.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Rob.
All right, take care.
Well, Greg, we're back again, and you know me, man, my head is often in the clouds, and if I'm being fair, when I was a programmer, they were often in the G-Code Cloud, but I think you're going to teach me something different from that today,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I think that there is a G-Code Cloud that is like what you're describing.
Oh, yeah?
But we have a very different G-Code Cloud. That's actually one of the products we saved to announce at IMTS.
This is the first announcement at IMTS of the G-Code Cloud. Well, knowing you and knowing the importance of this Super Bowl event, this must be pretty significant.
It is. So G-Code Cloud, we did a press release for it actually on Monday of the show, and people have been coming over here going, I want to see this G-Code Cloud. What is this G-Code Cloud? Here's the deal. If your G-Code is laying around on USB sticks in your shop and you make, F-35 parts, you're in big trouble with CMMC 2.0. So that stuff has to stop. And again, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just that's how it's been. But the regulations are changing, and we have to work a different way. So we had customers come to us and say, I don't even know where to begin. How would I start with getting compliant? We said, we got you. We got it. So G-Code Cloud, GovCloud native, ITAR compliant, cloud repository for all your G-Code. Upload your G-Code into it. Now you get full version control, traceability, who can modify files, who edited something, what did they do, why did they do it, full-blown rev control, and then coupled with that is a secure DNC system. So your G-Code's in GovCloud, it's encrypted, you want to pull it on your shop floor, onto your machine, well, you can specify, hey, on this machine, only this program can go right now. So we can't make mistakes, we can't load the wrong program, we can't grab the wrong rev, we can't misfire when we're there. So pulls those files down to an encrypted device inside of the facility, makes those available at the controller of the machine, pull that program right on the machine. Now you know you're running a proven, traceable, validated, proper rev of the program, and the operator couldn't misfire when they pulled it, so you're making the right stuff every single time.
I don't know what to say. It is very rare when I can look at a camera, and that is absolutely incredible. You took all the guesswork out. You took all the worry, the stress, the fear. You removed every piece that brings people sleepless nights and said, here, with confidence, here's your gift.
There it is, G-Code Cloud. That's it.
You gotta be kidding me. That's phenomenal.
It's no more complicated than that.
All right, Greg, so we've talked tracks, taking people from the beginning through their university education. We're now coaching people, and you have something I've never seen or heard from before that is allowing people to do more than they've ever done in the simplest way. That's why we're here today, showcasing partners in technology.
We are, and really, Tony, all those things, it's very simply called data-powered production. What does every manufacturer want to do? You want to be powered by data, or do you want to be powered by unknowns? And for manufacturing to be competitive, for us to continue to have this be a critical part of our economy, really here and elsewhere, but obviously American manufacturing, very important to us. You've got to be data powered. So all the tools we talk about, all the partners we work with, all the things we simplify and try to automate and help our customers with are delivering on our obligation to provide data-powered production to the manufacturing industry in service of what? The need to make more.
The need to make... Did we do that without even looking backwards at this giant billboard you have behind us?
What's over? Oh, my God.
Make more data-powered production?
Gotta love it.
Absolutely. So if you want to make more money, do more. Just like I do, let's do it together. We got money going everywhere. Let's do more. Let's make more. This is Datanomics. This is Greg. This is partnerships. And this is how we survive, thrive, and succeed on a global scale, knowing more about your industry, knowing more about your manufacturing facility, knowing more about, well, darn near everything.
What am I supposed to say? It's perfect. Data-powered production.